What's up, everybody? Welcome to Relationships with EJ80 Proof. Today, we're going over the questions you should ask before you take your relationship to the next level. But right before we get into that, don't forget to hit that subscription button, like, share. Leave a comment, hit that notification bell so you'll always be notified when I'm coming out with another video, and you won't want to miss a beat. Now, let's get back to the question. The question is why? Why? Just like the 5-year-old kid. Eat your vegetables. Why? Go to bed. Why? Put your clothes on. Why? Everything is why? And sometimes you just can't hit your kids. You can't hit your kids. This is not 1995. It's 2022. You can't hit your kids. Okay, back to the main subject here. Is the question why is still a relevant question. Here is the first question you should ask before taking your relationship to that next level. Now, you've been on one or two dates and you conversated a while. The first question that should come up between the first and second, maybe even the third date, is why do you want to date me? Now, this is going to come into a lot of superficial answers because you're beautiful, I like your voice, you seem smart, all of this kind of stuff, which is all relevant for this very basic level of your relationship. Because let's be honest, when I looked at you from across the room, I didn't say, oh, wow, look at that woman. She is so smart. That didn't happen. I said, damn, look at that body. Look at those blue eyes. Look at that. Everything that initially attracted me to you is all superficial. Because there's nothing deeper than that I can tell from across the room. Except maybe your credit score, depending on if you're wearing Armani or not. So why do you want to date me? Talk to me. Break it down. Ladies, if you get a bunch of superficial answers, don't get mad because that's just where it is right now. Same with you, gentlemen. All right. The next thing, after they answered that question sufficiently, and y'all have been dating for a little bit, and now he or she wants to be exclusive, well, you should ask, why do you want to be exclusive? You know, because when you ask the question, why do you want to be exclusive, it starts putting parameters and it starts giving your relationship some form, some shape, some direction. You know, so all in this process, you'll be able to watch every step of the way and determine if this is where you want to go or not, what you want to do or not. If you don't ask the question, then wherever you end up, you deserve it. In fact, I would dare to say it's your fault. But anyway, so we've answered the dating question. I want to date you because you're like, pow, okay? It is what it is. I want to be exclusive because I think that me and you could actually build something together because I see us connecting on so many different levels. So now that we got past those two phases and we've been in that exclusive phase for a while, then love shows up. And the question is, why do you love me? Whoo! That is a big question. For many people, it's a question that is rarely ever asked. And if it is asked, it's rarely ever answered. Because we accept the nonsense answers because they smell sweet and taste good. Now, granted, if you ask me why do I love you, my answer is simply going to be because I decided to do so. That's a whole nother video. I've made a video called What is Love? And I gave my take on it. I'm going to leave that as an in-screen card Is that what you call it? End screen card? Well, I'm gonna leave it as a card so you can check it out. Um, but why do you love me? And people say, because I couldn't imagine my life without you. Because you make the sun rise and the moon set. And every time I'm around you, my heart just explodes with, you know what? You determine what love is to you and let the answer be what it be. Okay? But ask the question. Even if you get a BS answer, at least you got something to build on, something to talk about, something to communicate about. Okay? And maybe love to you ain't love to him or vice versa. But if you ask the question, you can have the conversation and maybe you have more common ground than you think. So now that we've established that we love each other and we've loved each other for a little while, now I want you to move in with me. The question comes, guess. I want you to guess what the question is. Why do you want to move in with me? Why do you want us to live together? Because right now, we've dated, we became exclusive, and we love each other, and it's been going perfect all this time. Moving in together is a big step. Why would you want to do that? You need to ask that question, because once that person, that man or that woman asks that question, it creates a very specific framework. So now there's a lot of questions that you didn't really know which way things, because now I want to move in together. And these are my reasons why. It kind of gets rid of all those other questions and puts us in a very direct and narrow direction. So you can actually see where this may possibly be going. And I say may possibly because until you have this conversation, you cannot be for sure. So ask, why do you want to move in together? So we moved in together because my answer was sufficient. And we've been living together for a while. But now I want to marry you. Before you fill up with tears in your eyes and go blind from the bling bling that I'm about to put on your finger, ask the question, why do you want to marry me? Because basically, what else is there? We're living together. There's nothing else there. Or is it? So why do you want to marry me? Now, when they answer that question, you may see that even living together have a few disconnected joints or a few puzzle pieces missing. And maybe the marriage would fill in those pieces to make that whole relationship complete. But you'll never know unless you ask the question. And maybe the reasons for marrying you is more legalistic, than you may believe. So ask the question, have the discussion, why do you want to marry me? And if we get past that, one more question before you say I do. And it might sound like the same question, but the question is, why do you want to spend the rest of your life? Your life. Your life with me. Why? Why would you do something like that? That question is different than the marriage question because this question paves the way for your entire future together. It outlines the entire future that you and this person will have together. So it's a very important question to ask after the marriage question, because wanting to marry you, believe you me, and you may sound funny, but in this day and time, wanting to marry you and wanting to spend the rest of my life with you is two different things in this day and time. So ask both those questions. So, okay, we got past all of that. I'm so happy. I'm a married man, and I want some children. For the love of Pete's sake, why would you want children? Okay, but I want children. Why do you want to have children? Children are a huge undertaking. It's a massive responsibility. The financial burden of children is unmeasurable. Well, the IRS and the Board of Education and the health care and all that, they have measured it very well. But it's enormous. Why would you want to get into that? You and your wife are flying around the country every day. You're footloose and fancy free. Why do you want to have children? Ask the question. You may be surprised. Now, everybody might say, why do I want to have children? It's stupid. Of course I want to have children. But I bet you, if you ask the question, the answer won't be as simple as you may think. Some people have some really weird reasons for having children. And if they got some weird wackadoodle reasons that don't fit you, better cut that off. Tell them, nope, I'm going to the hospital, snip, snip. No kids for me. And that's it. That is it. Those are my questions that you should ask before before you take your relationship to the next level. Why do you want to date me? Why do you want to be exclusive? Why do you love me? Why do you want to move in together? Why do you want to marry me? Why do you want to spend the rest of your life with me? Why do you want to have kids? People ask these questions as these different stages of your relationship evolve. It'll keep everything in perspective and keep the whole journey on track. And check it out. If you do this, then there are very few surprises that can knock or derail your relationship. So please, people, ask the question. Find out what's going on before it's going on. And that way you can determine if you're going to go on. This has been Relationships with EJ80 Proof. Thanks for watching.